listeners, to the Gamer Headlines Show. Gamer Headlines is weekly entertainment podcast. This is episode 64, and I am one of your co-hosts, Chris Cortez. As always, I'm joined by my other co-host, Adnan Riaz.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, Adnan. So we should probably address we weren't here last week, guys. Sorry about that. Remember, we have personal lives, we have stuff outside of the show, and sometimes, we get sick. Like, I remember, what was that story where I was on medication because I was sick?
Yeah.
And you were like, maybe we shouldn't do this, Chris. And then later on, I'm like, that was smart. But, so we had to skip a week because we kind of had like some stuff to do and obligations and whatnot. But it's cool. We're back. And what's cool is because we had to skip a week, we have a lot of really great news to get through and stuff like that. But we'll get there a little bit later. For now, as always, let's do the first part, Adnan. Talk nerdy to me, man. What's been happening since the last episode?
I will not lie, but I was going to talk about Hell's Kitchen.
Like
return.
The Daredevil place? Well, and Jessica Jones too, right? Yeah, she's in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is it Ving in it? Daredevil and Jessica Jones, yeah.
Yeah. Luke Cage is in Harlem. I don't know if you knew that. It's going to be a different place.
Cage.
Luke Cage.
But, so I picked up Life is Strange Limited Edition.
Nice.
My first purchase of 2016. It's not a brand new game in the sense I've, like a retail full release. It's already been released, but I did have to pick it up because it was one of my favorite games of last year. It's one of those games that comes across in a long time and keeps my interest in video games very much where it is now. But I picked it up though, and I showed Chris. I was Skyping Chris before in terms of like showing him the video, and like just the fact that what's on it. What you get, I bought it for £25, which would be around about $30. It comes in a sweet box. Disc on the game comes. It comes with a soundtrack, which is Jonathan Morelli's complete soundtrack that he did for the game with licensed tracks as well. Mm-hmm. And it comes with an art book as well, which isn't like huge, but also the fact that there's director's commentary on it as well, which is now free to everyone. Yeah. So Chris would love something like that. But even I love seeing that stuff like that. Just the little things that kind of give a bit of context into a game that I really like. But I picked it up and I just think it's really cool. It's really well done. I think the box art is really cool with Max in her Polaroid.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like Adam said, he showed it to me through Skype, and dude, what amazed me was, you told me it's priced in the U.S. at $30, and for all that for $30, I'm like, that is a steal, man. Like, it's better packaged than like most $60 games that come with like a fucking, what is it? They don't even come with manuals anymore, instructions. It's just like a 3-page thing.
Sign up for EA Access Service.
Yeah. Go to EA whatever and download the manual. So like, I was really impressed by that. I thought it was I have not played the game yet, and I still thought that the way everything was packaged just looks so fucking cool.
Definitely. I definitely think it's a recommended thing for people to pick up. It is a really good price. It's a really good game.
Yeah.
I see it's getting a lot more exposure lately as well. A lot more people picking it up because I feel like it just flew under the radar for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think the like all the awards that people gave out in 20 December, like last year, right before 2016 happened, like that, I really think brought the thing, the game to like perspective also for some people.
Definitely. I think it deserves everything it gets. I think it's definitely one of those games you need to play it because it's not about basing on other people's opinions, but playing it yourself and getting the full experience for what it's offering. Mm-hmm. Because one of the latest patches improves lip syncing, which I thought was really strange.
Nice.
They did. Yeah, I think it's things like update 1.7 or something. Because it adds like a couple of new features, but it also adds like an improved lip syncing feature, which was heavily criticized. Like, it wasn't really too obvious for me. Because normally I don't tend to look at people's lips like that, because I just like because there's so much going on in the scene, I tend to kind of like stray away from it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I understand why people can kind of be like, it's a little bit off compared to what you see in games now. But overall, though, definitely pick it up. Definitely, it's definitely worth the money.
Nice, very cool. Yeah, maybe in the future when I'm not counting pennies here, I'll be able to like indulge in some extra gaming. But yeah, no, man, for me, not a whole lot. I'm still kind of like trying to pay them bills. But no, I did get a chance to. I got to download and play Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster, which came out last week on Tuesday. And yeah, dude, I was really impressed by it. It's for those of you who don't know, Resident Evil Zero, the HD remaster. It's a remaster of Resident Evil Zero that came out on the GameCube way back in like 2002. And I have to say, man, I was very, very impressed with how they remastered it. Last year the Resident Evil remake was remastered, and I know I spoke to Adden about this off cast, but basically the Resident Evil remake HD remaster was good, and you could tell Capcom, try their best with it, maybe with a limited budget. But what sucked about it was, so they remade some areas using modern day technology, and they looked phenomenal. But a lot of other areas, they did nothing to it, so it looked like a pixelated photo. Because essentially, pre-rendered backgrounds are, as implied, they're pre-rendered. They're not actively being rendered, like Metal Gear or something like that. So yeah, it looked like shit sometimes. Like it looked like, what's this high quality character model running through like a fucking blurry background? But Resident Evil Zero, they like really did so much for that game. They I think they like 90% of it was like restructured and redone. I know the train sequences, like the rain outside of the train was originally pre-rendered, and now it's like actively being rendered. So it's like actual, rain that they made and stuff. And everything just looks so fucking beautiful, man. Like there's a few spots where I'm like, ugh, like that looks bad. But for the most part, the game was like basically rebuilt from the ground up, almost like Gears of War, the remaster. And it was well done. It was really good. And actually, which leads into something else I'm doing. I'm actually, for the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil, which I think we mentioned last show, I'm actually replaying the whole series. So I completed Resident Evil Zero, and now I'm playing the remaster of the remake of Resident Evil. And yeah, I'm gonna keep going, but it's cool. It's a good remaster. I would definitely, again, I recommend people buy the Origins collection, because it's both remasters in one package, and it's the first two entries in the whole series. So if that's a great little like, let me buy this and see if I like this, and then you can play the rest of Resident Evil, and it's the 20th anniversary, so you could like from there keep buying the other games and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you got into it. I feel like there's always a Resident Evil discussion when they release one. They just like they do it at the right time as well. Chris turns up. It's like Resident Evil time.
I hope. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I would love for Resident Evil 2's remake to come out in January of next year. So like it becomes a yearly thing. Like every January, there's a Resident Evil game for me to play. That'd be so fucking cool. But yeah, it's been great, man. I love being able to do it again. And like we mentioned last week with the strategy guide, I was able to use it. So, or 2 weeks ago, whatever. So yeah, it's good stuff, man. I liked it. It was fun. It was fun to replay. I already beat it, and it was really fun. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange one, because I do think we will hear a Resident Evil announcement this year.
Yeah,
and that was bold prediction. I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen somewhere strange and maybe PlayStation exclusive, console exclusive,
maybe
PC release.
Yeah, I mean,
I think a lot of it will weigh on Street Fighter.
That's true. Yeah,
I think there's gonna be a big changeover with just like how Capcom works, because I think if they can get Sony's kind of like support onto the game, then it kind of like removes a lot of instabilities of selling across multiple platforms and just kind of generating the revenue.
Well, yeah, if you have if you have a system like PlayStation that's selling really well, why bother applying resources to another console doesn't have a big install base?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. It's again one of those things where it's kind of like gone so much into the dark. People only who are the hardcore fans are the ones who really know it, kind of want to show interest to it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of like, it's one of those huge things where the direction of the series is going to be for another conversation. But yeah,